everyone, welcome back to another video. I wanted to comment and talk a little bit about the boxing that we've seen on the weekend. But before that, just a rundown, because this past week has been quite busy for me. I was in Newcastle Wednesday, Thursday for Josh Kelly against Matazaliev. We had the media workout and then the press conference, and then I was in London for an event. On the Friday, Saturday, I then went to fight night after work. So it was quite busy, quite full on. But in the meantime, whilst I was there, I was able to get a lot of content, interviewed a lot of people. And on the YouTube channel as well, there's 2 new interviews. One of them is with Tom Mullen, who very generously gave me his time ahead of his big title fight at the Bradford Live. So check that interview out. And also you'll see interviews with Sonny Edwards, you'll see interviews with Matazaliev's promoter, Kathy Duva. Really fascinating people. So yeah, make sure you check them out. But as mentioned, let's talk a little bit about the main event. We'll start with Shakur Teofimo Lopez. I mean, look, it was a clinical display from Shakur Stevenson, full-weight world champion at just 28 years of age. Is something that he should be proud of, and is something that his family should be proud of as well. In terms of Teofimo Lopez, he obviously wasn't at the races. Shakur Stevenson almost beat him to every punch, and it almost got to that point where you sort of started to feel sorry for Lopez, especially considering the advice that he was getting from his father. I mean, father-son relationships at the best of times can be quite, what's the word, tense, but especially when you've got your son in the corner, it can create, maybe, I mean, I don't know, I don't speak from the experience of my dad in my corner for a fight, but I mean, from the outside looking in, like, that can't be a healthy relationship, and it wasn't, because he wasn't getting constructive criticism. I think one of his sort of advice was, punch harder. I mean, when you're in a fight, you want to when you're in a fight of that magnitude, you need clear instructions, and you need to be told, in a sense, what to do, but also it has to be clear for you and a coach, and it wasn't. So I think maybe Lopez needs to really reconsider his corner. As for Shakur Stevenson, I mean, the world's his oyster. It really is. A full-weight world champion at 28. He's going on to reach the pinnacle of the sport. Floyd Mayweather, I think, was a 5-time world champion. Oscar De La Hoya is up there as well. Manny Pacquiao, an 8-time world champion. I mean, look, if Shakur really continues the way he is doing, he could easily get to that level or even surpass them. He is that good. I mean, in terms of like the fight itself, a lot of people labeled it as boring, but I mean, when you're that good, and obviously Shakur is a defensive fighter, he was just dictating from start to finish. Lopez couldn't really land a scratch on him. So yeah, it might have been boring to some, but for Shakur Stevenson, it was just another day at the office. The MSG was sold out, 22,000. That was really nice to see. You could see, like, from the atmosphere and the way it's sort of built, it's like a cauldron on top of you. You had everyone there, and that moment when Baby Miller's toupee fell off is something that is going to be etched in the memory of a lot of people for a long time, because that was hilarious. And you know what, fair play to him, because many a man would have crumbled under that scrutiny, but he played into it, and I think it was able to detract from his performance, which maybe wasn't great. He obviously got the win, but now a lot of talk is about him losing his hair mid-fight and then going on to win. And you know what? Miller is a big draw. He might not be the most skilled fighter, but commercially now, and just the way he carries and the way he acts himself. He was, of course, meant to fight Fabio Wardley, and you could see from the press conference that those guys were in as well. Like, you know, he draws bums on seats, so he'll continue to be added to cards like that. Ammo Williams did really well, considering that his opponent was, you know, couldn't fight, was taken ill. A lot of fighters are being taken ill or being injured, or I guess it is just the stress of fight week. It is a brutal sport, and one that, you know, isn't for the faint-hearted. Who else? Shushu Carrington did really well. I think he got a knockout and he looked really good. I heard Frank Smith talking today on TalkSport. That fight with Inoue looks really interesting, although Inoue maybe fights Nakatani. But going on to the fight that I was at, just a quick rundown on that. Josh Kelly against Bakram Zaliev. A very good performance from Josh Padley, who becomes the EBU title holder. I managed to interview Josh, and it was really interesting to hear about his journey from being a part-time electrician to, you know, being able to make that transition full-time to boxing. And then it was nice to see him obviously get the title. Leah Tang looked really impressive. Brad Casey, Elif Turhan, that probably wasn't the performance that she wanted, but her opponent was sort of fighting on her back foot, didn't really want to engage, but Elif Turhan as well just didn't really look at the races. And in the main event, Josh Kelly, wow, what a performance. I mean, look, a lot of people thought he ran around the ring, but I just thought he had I just thought Matazalia was coming forward, but was getting really frustrated. Kelly's footwork was something else. I mean, every time Matazalia, like, you know, came forward, he was able to counter, and then so every time Matazalia threw, he was able to, you know, dodge and weave and then counter. And his footwork is really impressive as well, and he was able to just you know, glide across the ring. He obviously got that got a knockout I think in the earlier rounds, and that maybe sort of led to a little bit of complacency. Obviously Kelly got dropped in the 8th or 9th, but he was able to regain his composure. He did look hurt. I think he caught a very good shot, a left hook on the temple, and then that sort of wobbled him. Seen Adam move in the corner, just telling him to hold. There was about a minute left in the round, so apart from that, I mean, you know, I thought Kelly boxed really well, and it was against a live opponent as well in Matazalia. I mean, look, he is coming off a good victory over Tim Tszyu. Nobody wanted to fight him in the division, right? For 15 months, I was speaking to Matazalia, promoter Kathy, and she was telling me, like, no one really wanted to fight him. Virgil Ortiz Jr. put out purse bids twice, and, you know, Kelly's team wanted it. They wanted the fight, and yeah, they got it. And Kelly proved to everybody that, you know, he's here to stay. There's been rumours of a fight with Conor Benn. I mean, I think Kelly beats Conor Benn. I really do. I think Kelly's just got that footwork, and if they were to fight, I know Kelly wants to sell out the Stadium of Light. Conor Benn is able to sell out football stadiums, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But whether, you know, Josh Kelly is a big enough commercial draw for Conor Benn. Conor Benn can fight whoever he wants in the division. I mean, Shakur Stevenson called out his name, which just shows the you know, the commercial draw that Conor Benn has. But yeah, just overall a very interesting, a very good, and a very bonkers night of boxing. We'll leave it there because it is quite late. And also tomorrow I'll talk a little bit about Hamza Shiraz, because I think he's due to fight Diego Pacheco, pulled out of those purse bids, and he apparently has a fight in May. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the